Ciao, hi, hey guys. I'm just going to check I'm on Facebook as well. Ciao, hi, hey, hola guys. It's your boy M.K.S here, back in another video, and I'm finally back at you with the second part of my dreams for Black Billionaires Network for Black History Month. Well, actually, I'm sharing the idea for Black History Month, but it's not specifically just for Black History Month. But anyway, it took me a while to get around to this because I've had quite a stressful day, quite a tiring and stressful day. I suppose I'm easily stressed due to my mental health problems and my including anxiety and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I hope my voice is clear and I'm sorry, and I hope you can hear me, and I hope that you will enjoy hearing my mad ideas. And I'd love for you to share any suggestions or any of your own thoughts in the comments. Hope you'll cheer me up by liking the video, and if you're new, subscribing and that kind of thing on YouTube. Yeah, and supporting my content. I appreciate that. And yeah, so these are pointers number 11 to 20. I put the title in, and I thought I really want to get around to this, but I was struggling to think of the ideas. I didn't want to make it too late, but I've been struggling to think. But anyway, these are pointers number 11 to 20, and as per usual, I'm behind schedule. I don't think I'm going to get around to finishing. I might be lucky if I can get to finish part 3, let alone part 4. But anyway, here goes. So number 11. I know some people might argue that billionaires can network together. Anyway, so a friend of mine called Ranjiv, he said, I don't know what when I was talking about the dyslexic version, the dyslexic billionaires version, he was saying that I don't know what you're offering different. But I think just because someone doesn't understand your idea doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad idea, I guess. But he has to, which I think is a fair question, like what are you offering different to what they can do? They can already network anyway. But I hope this will be like, I wouldn't want it to be too formal. I thought about with the dyslexic version, for instance, dyslexic billionaires network. I often think of like, if I ever got around to this and I was like the founder of it, and I attended the events, would I would I have to dress up smart to fit with the sort of big picture, high level idea? That's what I was going to say, high level thinking, but maybe not. How can I put it? The ambitious, that's what I suppose more what I'm trying to think of, the ambitious scale of like trying to make that kind of money. But or would I dress down? I suppose if that, I'd probably dress how they told me to dress, I guess. Whoever the CEO is. I was thinking, for instance, the CEO or MD, Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer or Managing Director, or Chief Financial Officer, CFO, or the chair or the chairperson could be a woman, like someone like Oprah, for instance, because that could be representative of like women breaking the glass ceiling. So I thought there could be something like that. As she's the only or one of the few, if not only, female billionaires or billionairesses who are black. I think they say around the world there are 23 black billionaires officially. So I suppose there's not a huge amount for a network, but I guess they would be able to fit around the table or enter or discuss on Zoom. And I mentioned before, like in order to be a fully fledged member, a full member, you would have to be, ideally for me anyway, I would say you'd have to be both black and a billionaire or billionaires, you can say in brackets. And I'd love to be the only non-black Android billionaire member because as the founder, and I'd love to be able to have a trademark protection for what I call billionaires networks, for networks of either millionaires or billionaires who have things in common other than their high net worth. Generally speaking, or there could be even a general version as well. But yeah, I wouldn't want, part of me wouldn't want it to be too formal, but I thought if it was like a structured, maybe quite formal, or maybe it could be very formal, sort of way of running a network where, for instance, they decide a time, a day, date, and time of when they're going to meet. So it could be a certain time every, like once a week or once a month or whenever they think is best, depending on how big they think the idea could grow. I guess if they might think it's could become a top priority for them to grow their wealth. So they could help each other to manage their money. But hopefully that will change the perception of black people and what they can achieve in a positive way. Number 12, talking about changing perceptions, I would love for them to mentor, be role models for, and teach and train other black people. I know I'm trying to think of different ideas. That's why I'm struggling to discuss these ideas, because it's kind of like the same as the Billionaires version. The Millionaires version, and the Trillionaires version would be the same at just a higher level, if you like. But yeah, so I think it'd be cool if they're mentored and fundraised for and funded other black entrepreneurs, for instance, and say, look, this is what you can achieve, or imitate literally. Please would be nice. But moving on to 13, I've been thinking of negatives, and I was thinking like, I wonder what issues. Again, I'd love for people to get involved in the comments. Like, what issues do you think I could face with setting this idea up and recording the network, group, team, brand, or whatever you want to call it? What do you think? What issues do you think we'd face? So what issues do you think I would face in terms of getting the idea off the ground, like how to express the ideas? I'm not the best at expressing ideas, but or expressing myself generally. And another thing is, like, even if when it got up and running, what are the issues they could face? Like, I guess like I talked about being tax exempt, they could face legal issues to that. So how will they take on those challenges? Number 14, I hope that being part of a group and a network, as few members as that might contain, can help each other to grow their wealth and their assets much more, ideally, and hopefully solve problems that they might face, and also problems for the black diaspora and also for the world itself. And I guess the more problems they solve, the more money they can make, as some people say. The bigger problems you solve, the more money you can make. As the Japanese financial guru Robert Kiyosaki says, if you want to make $1 billion, you should solve $1 billion problem, or I guess it would be over $1 billion by the time you've paid your expenses. As some say, I think the saying is, revenue is vanity, profit is sanity, and cash flow is clarity. Something like that. I don't know if I got that saying right, but so yeah, solving problems. I guess you'd have to solve to make $1 billion. I guess you'd have to solve a multi-billion-dollar problem, because by the time you paid your staff and whatever other expenses, I guess it would have to be a multi-billion-dollar problem. Number 15, as I say, my personal goal would be, and my personal dream would be, to see the brand. I'd love to see it work as a brand and a team, which I put in brackets. I would love to see it be worth trillions. I got to admit, part of me saying that makes me feel a bit like maybe I'm being silly. I don't know. Maybe it's thinking too much. But if I'm honest, that would be the dream, I guess. I've got to admit, I don't know how realistic that is, but a group of billionaires already have a lot of money, so if they can 10x or even 100x their money, then it would, I guess, as a brand, be worth possibly trillions. And nowadays with AI and that kind of thing, there are already companies worth trillions, so hopefully this could be one of them. Number 16, again, it could show what people in America and around the world can achieve, and hopefully be a very positive thing for Black History Month. Number 17, hopefully it can exceed expectations, as as I mentioned, I'm not sure how realistic it is to say it would become a $1 trillion brand, but maybe it could even exceed those expectations and become worth many trillions. With great power comes great responsibility, however, and I do think they should use that money for the greater good. And if I could trademark protect these ideas and got 10% of the equity, as I said before, I would, in part one, I've said in the past, I would donate 20% each of that, or a fifth, to Italian soccer, Celtic, libertarianism, helping those from former colonies, including parts of Africa and Asia, and former colonies generally, and also and emerging market economies, and also tackling poverty and things like that. At the moment, unfortunately, Italian soccer and Celtic aren't doing as well. So I'd like anywhere near that, anywhere near that well. But I'd love to fundraise to help Italian soccer and Celtic to be as successful as possible. And again, all those other causes as well, as I call them. Number 18, as I say, I hope they'll do a lot of good for the world as well, ideally, and improve their PR and things like that. And number 19, also getting more black people into STEM and business and things like that, as well as supporting black YouTubers, TikTokers, and whatnot, black people on social media and things like that, generally, and projects that benefit black people in America and around the world, especially thinking about Black History Month. And number 20, personally, I would love to support younger people, but when I think about the process of how I would love it to run, I'd love to get it up and running, and then I would love to get as many black billionaires as possible to be members, and then to hopefully be as successful as possible, and then have the CEO, MD, chairman or chairwoman, and others involved that may make more of the decisions. So even if I was the founder of the idea, even as the person who came up with the idea, and hopefully will be a founder or co-founder of the idea, it wouldn't necessarily be ran by me. So for instance, if they feel they want to help older people rather than younger people, I think that would be up to them how they would invest and things like that. So I'm dreaming that I would have 10% of the equity, but other than that, they would be able to make all the decisions. I hope that makes sense. And as ever, I'd love to read your comments, and I'll help you